Hello, ladies and gentlebeards. Welcome to this edition of Carl's Bearded Banter. Now, we've got a good one today. We're going to interview a new friend of mine, Nick Morgan, and he runs By Odin's Beard, which is a new company. I'll just show you the card, just why not? It's not been going very long. He's got an interesting story about how it all began as well, and on the logo. So, without further ado, let's bring him on, shall we? And there we go, back in the room. Welcome to Banter Towers, Morgan. I hope the guards treated you well and you found it okay.
Yeah, got in through, no problem.
Good to hear you, mate. So it's nice to meet you. I've met you in real life, as they say, before at the Beard On competition.
2021.
That's the one, yeah. We've had a little chat beforehand. You're in the Bearded Banter group. Where is it? There we go. You are in that on Facebook. Everyone out there that's not, come and join it. But I thought we'll get you in and we'll do a little interview for Carl's Bearded Banter and we'll have a little chat about your company. So, when did you start up, mate? Let's start with the basics. When did you start up By Odin's Beard?
Let's see. Officially, we started selling in May this year, so we officially started having products available then. I'd started looking into it all last year during all the lockdowns. I mean, I was making stuff for my own beard beforehand, and then my usual trade was being affected with every lockdown we went into. I was a tree surgeon by trade, and we were allowed to still go to work because, you know, it's pretty hard to go cut a tree from home. So no matter what I did, though, there was no work at all. And we did stuff for one of the local councils, and all that was cancelled, and it just carried on. And I can't keep carrying on like this. We need to come up with something. So I went from making stuff for myself to, well, there's stuff out there. Evidently, there's a market. So we started looking at doing it professionally. And looking into all the safety testing and what we do need to get done to get it all out properly. So last year was lots of research, lots of paperwork, and a complete and utter eye-opener for me because I did not know everything that had to be done, which was interesting. Exactly. And then came out May, we were able to launch. That's it, we're up and running. We dropped out with one single product. We had a beard balm launched on Etsy, and that was again interesting because Etsy were surprisingly full of things they tax you on, and it got to a stage where I'm not really able to warrant this unless I put the price up, and I don't want to do that because I want it to be a reasonable price for people. So how can we go about doing this? So we went from Etsy to having our own website, and from there it's been a case of increasing the products that's out and available for people, and still more stuff in the pipeline for the future.
Right, let's look at the products. At the minute, you've got an oil and a balm out, and a couple of other products. We'll take a look at them as well. But we'll go for this oil and balm first. You can tell us about these. I will say, it is obvious in your products that you were a tree surgeon. I'll talk about that again in a minute. So here we go. Let's look at the oil and balm. This is what you get. I mean, I've actually got them myself there. And so you can tell us about these. So is this a balm that you came out with on Etsy?
It is, yes. It's a standalone balm. It's the one that we first ordered. It was looking around, playing around context and like what sort of textures, and we came out with something that's all natural. We managed to cut out all chemicals and just keep it, you know, healthy, good for you, and as small an ingredient list as possible, because the more you put in there, it's just battling against each other.
Yeah. Can you tell us what are the ingredients in this balm?
So we've got coconut oil, we've got shea butter, castor oil, beeswax, so we've got a slight little bit of hold in there, so help a bit of styling, get rid of some of those stray hairs, and keep it all nice and tidy. And then we're going on to our scent range. So we've got tea tree oil in there, which is just subtle, slight little bit in there, gives an antibacterial property to it, keeps yourself nice, clean. Then we've got cedarwood, whiskey, and then bit of vitamin E.
A whiskey scent. Obviously, you've not got whiskey in there, otherwise I'll be...
No, just whiskey essence. So you don't need to worry about being pulled over by the cops.
Yeah. Now, I will say, like I said, you can tell your tree surgeon background, because it is a kind of earthy, woodsy sort of smell with the tea tree in there and the cedarwood. That's what I'm getting predominantly, is tea tree.
Yeah, the whiskey section there is just like a subtle little edge. Like one of the things I was worried about as well, like, if it smells too strong, are we going to risk people being pulled as well? It's like someone pulled over, general check, and
please smell in
I
the
promise
car.
you, officer, it's just the beard, it's the beard.
Yeah. Everyone outside doing that little test whether they can walk in a straight line after putting the beard oil in. So how much will that... Well, what size is this tin? I do know, but you might as well tell everyone.
It is 60ml tin.
Yeah.
60ml. It's £9 for a tin.
Nice price, that.
Yeah, I was saying I wanted like something that's nice and reasonable sort of thing. So we wanted a decent quality product, something that you think's going to be handcrafted. It's a good product and it's at a reasonable price. You're not talking extortionate sort of amount, so it's not too bad for your wallet.
Yes. Always good. And then so I'm assuming the oil was the second product that you brought out.
Yes. I think the oil was the second bit that came out, or at least the second one that we started trialing. I can't remember whether we had our beard combs out in between or not.
All right. Okay. Yeah. We'll let you off. So, do you know what it says on the back? Top of your head, do you know what it says?
At the top, that little bit there, it's saying about, from memory, it's tested on big burly northerners. It's like human testing, but better.
You've not named a scent. It's basically all it says is, by Odin's beard oil, and that's it. And then you've not like given individual names. Now, is that because it's the only one you've got at the minute? Are they all going to be...
It's the only one we've got at the minute, and we have more scent profiles coming out in the future.
Yeah.
What we're going to be having is obviously that one there is going to be our flagship. It's going to be the original, and then we're looking at either calling it the green edition or the green label for our next scent range.
Okay.
The name's not fully set in stone yet.
Right. Yeah. We'll let you off with that if you change it between now and then.
Yeah, it's going to be along that sort of line. And what we're going to be doing is, for our scent ranges, the outer rim on our logo is going to be different colour.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah.
So we can mark it through like that. So we've got a logo that people can easily identify. Yeah. They know the brand, they know the name, different colour, different scent.
A bit like I've in the boxes here now, I've got the orange surround there, the border on that. So you're going to change that? Yeah, it's a nice idea. Makes them all stand out, makes them all easily tell that the different...
Exactly, and then scents. On the website we will have it broke down, so there's the full scent range. You can search through what you want by scent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's, going to be updating as we carry on.
Yeah, fantastic. So can you go through the ingredients for this and the old Costa Runa, please?
Yes. So, top of my head, again, argan oil, jojoba oil, we've got hemp oil, castor oil, I believe that's the base. Then again, we're onto a scent range again, so we've got the tea tree, the cedarwood, the whiskey essence, and then a slight little bit of vitamin E again.
Right. That's it. I'm getting sort of... I know it's cedarwood, but I'm getting like a little walk in the woods here. You can smell... Even smell the moss in the pine and things like that. It's just putting yourself out there in the woods, man. If you're an outside adventurer type, this is the sort of scent that you're going to go for.
It's definitely an outdoorsman scent.
Yeah.
It's one that's like masculine edge to it, but it's not too in your face with it as well. It's not like literally, I'm here.
It's not like slapping you in the face when you put it on.
Exactly. We wanted something that was going to be, yes, this is something that is going to smell like a man, but it's not going to be complete testosterone fueled all over in your face. And
Yeah. I'll remind people they can check it out. The address is just going by there, byodinbeardsproduct.com, and then you can find them on Instagram and Facebook at byodinbeardsproducts. Nice and easy. We're nearly there. The penultimate products we've got is the beard wash.
there we go. It's a beard wash.
We got there. We got there at the end. No problem saying that at all, was there? They won't know.
No,
It'll be all edited, mate.
completely
Trust me.
fine,
Shh. So, how long have you had this out? And, what's in there? What's the cost? Blah, blah, blah.
The beard wash has been out a couple of months now. It's one of the newer products that we started to bring out. Something to help with general care, keep your beard nice and clean. So this is our beard wash here. And
Pull it in. It's other way. Other way.
other way,
There you go.
other way, other way. There we go. So yeah, we've gone for a nice natural one. So we've got Castile soap to help lather it all up. And from there, we've got black castor oil, hemp oil, and then we're moving on to a scent range again. So we've got the cedarwood, the whiskey essence, the tea tree, and vitamin E. And this one, because we're on a full liquid there, we do have natural preservative in there as well.
Right. Yes, and how much will that cost? What size is a bottle and how much will it cost?
It's a 250ml bottle. It's £12.50 a bottle, which I don't think is too unreasonable.
No, it's nice. It's a nice looking matte black bottle as well.
Yeah, I mean, what we've gone for with everything that we have as well, like the tins that we use, they're all recyclable. The glass bottles for our beard oil is recycled glass and it can be recycled again. This is recycled plastic bottles and again can be recycled. All packaging we use for sending stuff out, that's either from markets or from people that are wanting to collect direct. We've got recycled paper bags, which you can either biodegrade or recycle. And the stuff we do for shipping orders is recycled craft cardboard. And again, you can either recycle or biodegrade. So we're doing everything we can to be as friendly as possible for the environment.
Okay, sounds good. Right, I was going to do the last products first, but with you just showing that bottle there, putting your hand in show, I think maybe we should go more onto what's going on there, mate. What's happening? Where this company started. So let's talk a bit more about your company and your journey, shall we?
Yeah.
So what happened, mate?
Well, obviously, we've already got to the idea that, I was a tree surgeon. It's evident by our first scent range. It's, a woodsy sort of one. And then August this year, I went on standard job, just carrying on, and it went wrong as can go. I was using the wood chipper, something I've done for the last nearly 10 years, and standard procedure. And part of what I was chipping caught hold of my wrist and pulled my hand into the roller feeders. So I hit the reverse bar to get my hand out there, and I'm looking at these fingers there, and I'm like, I'm not getting them back. So I got a blue light trip to Preston Hospital, and they took me straight through to the plastics ward. And honestly, the surgeons were absolutely fantastic. I couldn't fault any of them for any of the treatment they gave us. They went through what's going to be happening, what they're going to do, and best case scenario, we're going to save all the fingers. The worst case scenario, we're going to have to amputate. So I'm like, fine, just do what you have to do, which seemed to catch them all off guard.
Yeah.
It's like,
You do seem quite calm and talk about it like,
Yeah, I've always gone for a practical mindset. So, sitting there crying ain't going to fix it.
Yeah,
so it's like,
fantastic.
Do what you have to. So got through and they took me off into surgery that night. They spent just over 6.5 hours on surgery. Came around the next morning, minus the 3 fingers and a bunch of Meccano in my index finger. And then they decided to stick skin over the top, so I can't even play with that, which is rude.
Fair enough. So that finger's all kind of Meccano set in there as well.
All this top section here, we've got a bunch of small plates and pins and wires and stuff in that bit, and they've done repair work to the nail bed. They did repair work to something called a Bulmer plate. Never even heard of that before, but apparently it's a thing. So yeah, they did quite a decent number on it. Then I had to go back in a week later to get this index finger set properly because it weren't straight.
Yeah,
So I
okay.
mean, it's still not 100%, but
No,
it's
but
better than we ever had it. And just undergoing all the physio now and waiting for prosthetics in the future and waiting for an appointment where I can get molds made and they're going to make me things so I can just carry on doing stuff.
it's healed up well. What is it? 10 months ago it happened. So,
No, it's August this year, so
oh,
it's yeah, it's it's like three.
3 months. It's ridiculous. It looks really well,
Yeah,
and you've dealt with it really as well. I don't know if I'd been as joyous as you seem to be, or kind of accepted it as well as you would have been, considering it not being that long ago. So fair play to
yeah.
your kind of positive attitude on that. I mean, it must have tickled when you lost the fingers in that chipper.
Oh yeah, I mean the battle cry that I gave out. If it was just stood on a pitch with a bunch of people in front of us stood there with swords and
They'd
axes, I
run a
think they'd have
mile.
thought twice. It was,
Yeah,
it was blood chilling.
yeah.
So got it all done, and when they got me hooked up to everything with the ambulance, and the blood pressure was normal, and the heart rate was just normal, calm, and
Yeah,
it's like you were really calm about all this.
yeah.
I know.
Dear me. That would be fair play to you on that. And so, what about the name of the company? Obviously, by Odin's beard. But what's going on, mate? There's some kind of animal on there. What's happening
Yeah,
with the
so
logo?
by Odin's beard, the mascot there is German short-haired pointer. He is one of my dogs. That is actually Odin.
I couldn't not bring because basically he's the star of the show. He's on the logo. He's on all
Oh
the
yeah,
bottles
he's
and
the
tins.
poster boy.
So he,
And
I mean,
everyone will see him.
he's a handsome boy. There he is. There's Odin himself.
Odin came along, and he's an absolute stunning dog. And there's some absolute fantastic photos I've taken of him since he was born. 'Cause, he's home born. He was raised here. I've had him since the day he was born.
Yeah.
At I mean, everyone always says about when you go to pick a dog, if you stick your hand in there, you pull it out, the one that comes on clinging to you, that's the one you're going home with. And that's what happened here. I've got his mum, and I was sat with her during the night as she's giving birth to the pups, and Odin comes along, born on Odin's Day, born on Wednesday, just into the early hours. And he very helpfully decided that he was going to come the other way round. He came head first, broad shoulders, and his mum was struggling. So I helped birth this little devil and got him all cleaned up, put him with his brothers and sisters that were already there. And there's this tiny, tiny little puppy, can't see, comes crawling across the whelping box and clambers onto my lap. This
What's
thing's
it?
like 30 minutes old.
Yeah.
So go back with your brothers and sisters. So I puts him back, and he kept doing this all night. Put him back. He'd be coming back to me, and my parents came down the following morning. I'm stood there going, "This is Odin. He's staying with us," and
We're
he's
keeping him.
been with me ever since.
Now you've got one more product. You've got the accessories, you've got combs and that, but you've got one more product, which
Yeah,
again reflects your outdoorsy sort of lifestyle world. This hand salve. So what
yeah.
made you bring this out, mate?
I'll say obviously like I'm doing a job that's physical. I mean, predominantly we did tree surgery all the time, and then occasionally we'd have dry stone walling as well. So I'm coming back home, and I've been out in all weathers. There's been the cold, there's been the rain, the wind. The hands have got weathered. They're cracking, they're splitting, they're dry, and they're not in a good state.
Hmm.
And I'm like, well, we've got this company that I'm working on. It's building up slowly away. What I want to do is full body grooming. We've got some ideas we can throw about here, and well, my hands are getting absolutely ruined. So I started looking at doing a hand salve, and we came out with one. I mean, it's scented again. We've got the same scent profile as everything else, so it's obviously giving off our woodsy sort of trade. Yes, this is something that's been designed for someone that knows what they're doing. So we came out with this hand salve, and it's nice size tin. We've got a 50 ml tin. It's shea butter, hemp oil, argan oil, beeswax. So it's completely useless at regrowing fingers. Believe me, I have tried and tested that. But everything else, preserving your skin, repairing it, helping it all heal, it actually does a fantastic job. And then because we've got the beeswax in there as well, if you're going out in the cold, it's helping to keep the skin preserved while you're out there as well. So it's not just helping it recover, but it's helping protect it when you go out as well.
It's like putting a protective layer on it as well.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I would have, when I asked you the first product, I thought that may have been your first product, but that came along after the balm.
Yeah. It's obviously I wanted Odin as the mascot, and I think what can we do? So we came out with a name like By Odin's Beard, because it sounds good. You can do it in any sort of way, like By Odin's Beard, this is great. And it's like, well, it makes sense for that name to be starting at the beard end.
Yeah.
So we started off with beard care, but with the idea of going for the full body. So we've got more ideas for stuff in the future for different products covering different aspects of the body, helping clean or nourish, protect. And we've got other aspects as well for the different scent ranges in the future.
So can you give us a brief, maybe a little sneaky look at what you've got coming else? So is it new scents, new products, or what have you got in the pipeline for the sort of, well, the near future?
In the near future, we will have a deodorant coming out soon. We've had quite a bit of trialing on that. Again, it's been out to people that's in physical jobs. So, we've got a deodorant. It's not antiperspirant, so you will still sweat, but you're not going to smell bad. And so it's gone out to people that's doing tree surgeons. We've had it off to security guards that's going up and down stairs all day, and every sort of physical way we can get it tested, it's been tested, and we're getting 11, 12 hours out of the scent range before you're starting to smell bad.
Right.
And, I'm going to take that, because most people, within 12 hours, they've gone up, they've gone to work, they came back home, they've had a shower. So,
no, you're right.
12 hours, that's fantastic.
So it's like roughly 8 hours, isn't it, really, if you're covering the work day sort of thing, before you go to work.
Generally, yeah. So
I mean, is it a spray or a stick?
It's a stick. So we've got a roll-on stick, and again, we've been looking through all the different ways for the packaging on that one, and I was wanting to try find recycled plastic again, and I could not find that anywhere. It's, so to keep on with our ethos, then we've got craft cardboard for the roll-on tubes. So you're just going to push it up from the bottom and apply it, put your lid on, away you go. Well, that is going to be coming out pretty soon. We're just waiting for his last little few checks and start getting all the labels organised, and away we go. We've got new scent is going to be coming out about the start of the year. It's probably going to be somewhere around January, February, hopefully. And this time we're doing a citrus line.
Right.
So what we're going for is an orange and lime edge to it all. Just, we're still woodsy-ish. We're veering away from it all and going on to, we've got more scents there. It's not just, this is outdoors. It's
I like the citrusy scent. It's kind of a fresh morning, it's kind of a wake-up smell for me. So I do like that first thing in the morning, a bit of beard oil on with them fresh scents.
So we do have that coming out, which that's going to be coming out for the beard balm, the beard oil. It's going to be coming out as the beard wash and the deodorant.
Excellent.
So we'll have all
your deodorant.
Yeah. We've started trialing for a hair sculpting clay as well.
Okay.
So it's, that's just early days at the minute, and we obviously need to get all this feedback and find out if we need to improve and take it all from there before we can start looking at this paperwork edge again. But hair sculpting clay is in the pipeline, and then hoping to have body soap out next year.
Right.
2 more scents.
Wow.
An unscented range.
That's good. Yeah.
And a mustache wax.
So you got it all going on, mate. You just
Yeah,
set up
we've
and you've
got
got
ideas. It's
yeah.
just, working his way through this list of stuff that I want to do and finding out which one's going to be done quicker than others. So we'll probably have the scents out before we have some of the other products out.
Yeah.
It's one of those, like the body soaps, again, we're going to have it as scented. You're going to have an unscented one as well if you want. And just take it all on. So we're going to have some of the stuff will be available all scents. Some of it will be available in just standalone and unscented. And the clay that we're doing, that's just going to be available as unscented. You know, not everyone wants to smell. So
no, it's right. Some people can't allergic to the different fragrances as well. So there's a lot of people out there
exactly.
who
So we're
prefer
making
the
sure that
unscented.
we're always careful with how we get it all done. And I know there's quite a lot of people with nut allergies, so we've stayed clear of like sweet almond oil because I know a lot of people can't touch that, and it's just like, yeah, that's going that way. No, get rid.
I'm really happy that you've got this deodorant coming out because again, it's taking away from there's all them big, massive conglomerates have got all the stuff out there. They've got the edge, and another small guy's getting his little.
I'm getting, the strong gun's getting in there, just wheedle in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a small hand now. It can get in them.
That's what I mean. All them little tiny places you can push them in there, buddy. So I know you've got a T-shirt on. Do you sell the T-shirts as well? Are they on the website?
We will actually have merchandise coming out soon. This was, there we go. This is a trial one that we started getting through to make sure that we're happy with it all, and we're going to actually start selling merchandise soon. So we will have that coming out. We're going for unisex because, it's too good of a logo not to do it.
Of course, yeah. I hope Odin himself gets a bone out of this or something. You know what I mean? He's the main guy. He should be getting some treats of it as well.
He definitely gets looked after. He definitely. Everyone wants to see him. Who wants to see this? It's that one. That's the one you want.
That's the one. Yeah. Morgan, it's been brilliant chatting to you. I'll let you go now. Have a fantastic day. And I'll see you soon.
Too, Carl. And say, if I don't see you again beforehand, we're actually going to be back down at Beard On again this year. So Beard On 22, if we don't see you beforehand, I'll definitely see you there.
Yeah, nice one, mate. Everyone out there watching, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this. Leave some comments. If you want Morgan to ask any questions, stick them in there. If he don't read them, I'll send him a text and I'll get back to you. And I'll see you all again. Toodles.
See you later.